Good morning, everybody. And on this episode of Coach's Car Ride, we're going to be talking about if young kids and strength training mix. Hey everybody, so welcome back. So as I talked about in this episode of Coach's Car Ride, we are going to be talking about how young is too young to lift weights. Now, if you're one of the few people that have been following this, fantastic, thank you very much. Just the other day, I did launch a brand new website. First time I've ever done anything like this, and of course it is called evidencebasedlifting.com. There's a link in the description down below. Make sure you go check that out, because this was also my first post on that website talking about how young is too young to lift weights. So all the citations and everything there will all be down in that article. So the question is, how young is too young? Well, there's a lot of factors you need to consider, not just age when lifting weights, but the American Association of Pediatrics, I think I got that right. Anyway, the leading body in pediatrics, it said that 7 years old, at 7 you can start lifting weights. That said, there's a number of other prerequisites that you should follow before you start lifting weights. Just because you're 7 years old doesn't necessarily mean you can lift weights. A lot of the other stuff they talk about was maturity, for one, and then balancing coordination. So if you're a child, or if you're a coach and they display excellent levels of balance and coordination and are very mature, then yes, definitely, with correct supervision, they can start lifting weights. Now, the biggest factor in kids getting hurt, even up to high school in the gym, was level of coach's ability and knowledge and experience, and also maturity of the athlete. Because injuries in the gym are non-contact injuries, they're very much dependent on the individual taking part in the movement and lifting the weights. So that's the biggest factors in determining whether or not someone will get hurt lifting weights. But yeah, as early as 7 years old, as long as they're mature enough, have the appropriate levels of balance and coordination, they can start lifting weights. Now, in terms of what types of programs can they do and that little more detailed stuff, I do talk a lot more about that in my post, in my article on the website. But plyometric work is excellent. And remember, you don't need to do resistance training to improve in a sport. You can do, as I mentioned, plyometric works and medicine ball stuff and drop jumps and that sort of work, counter movement jumps, to improve your athletic performance in a young kid. So you don't necessarily need weights as well. So I guess that's pretty much all I want to say on that subject today. Except for one thing, something that I was told growing up, and many of my other peers have been told the same as well, is that lifting weights stunts your growth. This, in fact, is not true, in large part because we just haven't proven it to be true. But there is no fear of lifting weights and stunting your growth when you haven't reached physical maturity yet. So don't let people tell you that don't lift weights because you won't grow any taller. I wish I had started lifting a heck of a lot earlier, and I definitely would have, but all my basketball coaches and everyone was saying that nope, don't lift weights because it'll stunt your growth. Anyway, so that's it today. That's all I wanted to talk to you guys about. Hopefully you learned something. If you did, don't forget to click that like, share, and subscribe button, and I will talk to you guys next time.